Welcome guys to another episode of NRL Fantasy Gurus. We are here in Fantasy HQ. Introductions as always. To your right is Mitch from Mitch's Lads FG. To your left is Red from Mermaners FG. Middle, Alex Goose FG. Hope you had a good bye round.
This is good.
What is it?
Aaron's got the beers. Single thing. I like it.
Okay.
Thanks for sorry.
No.
Thanks for the beers though.
Oh, yeah, I
Cool.
haven't even. Okay.
Cool.
It's not often Alex actually buy something, so yeah.
Yeah. And does something good. Aren't your sales really crap too?
Wow.
This is your first good buy of the year.
Wow. Wasn't even planned.
Nailed it.
Rough. Alright, coming
Anyway,
at me
sorry,
straight away. This is the start of the episode. You're coming at me already.
Yeah.
Well, let's just get to some good stuff. Mitch, player of the week. We all had him as captain.
If you didn't, you're fucking kicking yourself. Because we got a new member of the 100-point club, Jason Tal Malolo. 1 try, 4 offloads, 1 line break assist, 8 tackle breaks, 41 tackles, and 204 run meters. Netting him a total result of 103 points.
Unbelievable effort. I was tossing up all week whether Ray and him captain. I'm glad I went him because if you didn't, you really missed out on bulk points.
I'm disappointed you went that way.
They're trying to catch me. They can't.
I'm closing, my friend.
Alright. That's the NRL Fantasy Guru Player of the Week. Jason Tamlolo, good job.
Nailed it.
Red, we're changing up Wall Street again.
Yes, we are. So welcome to Wall Street, where normally each of us would talk about a buy, sell, and a pump the brakes or a buy everywhere. We changed it up for last week, and we kind of liked the format that went with, where we all picked. But what we're going to do is a rotation. So we'll have 1 buy, 1 sell, and 1 pump or buy everywhere. So
It's better for me because I make less mistakes.
Yeah.
yes, well, to be fair, that's probably why it worked out that way.
You know, you're trying to make me do 3 things every week, 3 players, and nail it. It's just unrealistic.
Well, I'd be happy if you could nail.
Limit me to 1, and I think I'll nail it. I
Well,
think I got a good one.
You've nailed it with this, mate, so I wouldn't even do yours now. I think it'd be terrible.
Yeah, go out on a good win, and that's it.
We'll see.
We'll
We'll see
see
how
it.
we do in Wall Street.
All right, cool. So we actually do have an order. So we normally do buys first, and I'm doing buy this week. So I'm going to go first. Pretty rare for Wall Street. I don't like to go first, but the order has depicted. So for me, buy this week is Luke Brooks. Now a lot of people don't really think about Luke Brooks that often, but let me talk to you about Luke Brooks' last 5 games: 53, 56, 75, 56, and 54 points.
That's amazing.
That is a saucy last 5 games. Now for the entire year, he's had over 100 run meters in 8 of the games. 2 of those more than 150 run meters.
Taking on the line.
In the last 5 games, he's averaged 320 kick meters a game.
Wow.
He's at 724k. Now there's a lot of good options out there for round 16, like Mitchell, Pearce, Anthony Milford. There's some great guys out there, but for price and average, he's been fantastic. And the one thing that I like as well is forced dropouts. Only 2 points in it, but it's good for the repeat set and it's good for your team that constantly get the ball back. He's had 4 repeat sets the last 2 weeks.
It's impressive.
So I think he's just a very impressive guy. He's got a break even of 43, so a little bit below his average, but I still think moving forward, he's going to be a keeper long term if he can keep it up. Especially since Benji Marshall's been back. That's where he's been amazing.
Yeah.
Benji's really awoken the beast in Luke Brooks.
Really like that. I'm just going to say, just be careful. There's rumours Dylan Martinez-Lesniak's can go there, which could push Moses Mbai to 5'8", potentially could steal some of those points. Otherwise, I absolutely love that pick.
I do love that pick too. I don't know if they will do that because of, you got Benji, you got that experience in the house. I think they like him there. It's like
Benji's
a cool
actually
head.
looked really good this year.
Yeah.
I'm shocked they're looking to change it up.
Yeah.
Well, that's all last.
Well, Kenny Lesniak's been at centre for Penrith, and they've got Paul Malorowski sitting at centre of the Tigers, so surely that's an easy fit and they can reassess for next year.
You think so?
Because would Benji be there next year?
I think Benji's retiring.
So that could be maybe their plan for next year. Maybe Dylan, you play the rest of the year at
Yeah,
centre.
yeah,
And then it could be anywhere. But yeah, no, I understand it. Small risk. But I think that those numbers just speak for themselves.
Yeah, those numbers do speak for themselves. And people have been looking at which halves to bring in now after round 12. Pearce, like you said, and Milford are the 2 big uns.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he deserves a look at.
It definitely deserves a look. Just have a look.
No, big fan.
Alright, cool. Now, usually we go to the sells next. So, sells, that is Mitchell. Who are you selling, my friend?
This one's a sad one because he provide a lot of good service for a lot of teams out there.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan Peets is back, boys. And we all said it, once Peets is back, Rain's got to go.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's at 697k, so we made quite a bit of money for everyone. He's got a pretty high break even, 48. Now I'm not sure if he'll start or come off the bench. Brennan said he does want him in the 17, but we don't know which way they're going to go. But either way, that means lost minutes, going to lose money, so sell.
I agree. I've said to buy Luke Brooks. I literally sold Mitch Rain to get Luke Brooks. I think that is, you've got to sell him. When we said it last week, the second that Peets is in, even if he's in jersey 21,
Which
get Rain
is.
out. Which is. So get him out. Like, I couldn't agree more with the sell. Literally the first guy on the radar to boot.
He's made our money. He's the people playing overall score. He's played round 12.
Yeah.
We couldn't have asked for more.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mitch Rain. Thank you. You've served us well, but
Absolutely.
yeah, it's time to go. Upgrade to a new gun.
Especially for round 16. He's made so much money. Go to round 16, guys, start bringing him in now. You know, Mitch Rain's only going to lose your money if you keep him there. I can't imagine he beats his break even this week.
No, 48. You'd have to get a try. You'd
Yeah.
assume to beat that.
Yeah.
So.
And then he can't replicate that again, even if he does do it this week. So, yeah.
So even for those head-to-head guys, because I know we don't probably talk about head-to-head as much as we want, but yeah.
questions about that.
Yeah, so there's nothing to talk about. But yeah, even for those head-to-head guys, you can use that money for another great gun. Anyway.
Alright. So, buys and sells done. Herms, Nate, you get the lovely choice.
All right, let's see if I can nail my one. Now, I think people are looking to bring this guy in because, who doesn't love a starting hooker? But Connor Watson, named him. That's my first hurdle, naming the player. Buyer beware, Connor Watson. He's going to be the starting hooker for the Knights this week for the foreseeable future until Danny Levi's back. People might be tempted to bring him in. He's relatively cheap, 458k. He's got a low break even of 27. Dual position player, wing, fullback, half. Lovely. It all checks all the boxes, but beware. Buer is back on the bench for cover for him. You got Kurt Mann, who trained there all pre-season at hooker, who could switch in there. He's playing 5'8" this week, but there could be a potential late switch there. And I just compare him to maybe like Victor Radley 2.0, good player, doesn't translate very well to fantasy. We don't know yet. So I just think you hold off and you just see what it's going to be like for at least the first week.
It's an interesting one because obviously he's DPP and Knights do play round 16. So potentially you could get a solid option that does cover
the two hardest positions to fill right now,
absolutely.
wing and half.
Yeah.
But yes, like you said, it could be a Radley and he could be turning out 20-point games and
That's a pretty mean term. Could be a Radley.
could be a Radley.
It could be a Radley.
Great player.
Bradley.
And Bradley will play for the Blues one day. There's no doubt about that. But
Great utility.
$10.
How long is this pick going to go for?
probably to the third origin.
I need to win my money back. He took it all!
It was named 18.
I've been living off scraps.
Well, I actually think that's a great option because Knights play the Friday, first game. Kalen Ponga is going to be playing 80 minutes in State of Origin. He played in the middle and he looked pretty good in the middle last year, but playing 80 minutes at fullback, it's a lot more intense than any other game other than a grand final I think a player could play. And then Connor Watson could go fullback. So you just don't know, he could go anywhere. There's no certainty with what's going to happen with him, and I don't think that is a good option. You've got the hour before the game and there's no one else so you can fix the trade, but if you happen to forget or you're not
busy
there for the game or whatever it is, you're then stuck with a guy who may not be anywhere near his high potential.
Knights, so many utilities too.
Yeah, too
so
many utilities.
They can fill in anywhere.
And Buer is a perfect example of that. You just don't know. He could be switched to the bench. I don't like players like that. The ones that are the curse of their own utility, kind of like Tyrone Peachy, Mitch Orbison. Those kind of guys. They're too good to have one position. They're that Mr. Fix It. And for fantasy, no Mr. Fix-It has ever really been that good.
Great example of Aubson. But yeah, these players, they're not fantasy players. They're great players, but avoid it for fantasy. So buy beware, Connor Watson.
Don't take that bait.
Thought I'd just mention the name again.
Yeah, good. That's good. You know, look,
Bang it
look
home.
at you, 2 in a row. You're on fire.
I am on fire.
On fire. And everyone, that wraps up Wall Street. Mitch, that's the closest you've gotten. I'm so proud of you.
I think mine was even worse than Mitch's this week.
I've been practicing.
If I was good enough at editing, I'd slow it down for everyone enjoying, but I'm not. We all know I'm not.
Yeah.
Alright, so that was the Wall Street. We'll head over to Mitch for the injury report. Mitch, how many injuries this week?
Not many, which is nice, but I guess it was a short round, so less chance. Jordan Kahu, 6 weeks.
Finally put up a good score.
Yeah. He didn't even play 480. Surprising. Gideon Geller-Mosby, looks like he's out for about 10 weeks, broken collarbone. Corey Jensen's one check for the late mail, concussion, got to pass the protocols. Tim Grant, to be determined, pec injury.
Pec injury is always bad.
Corey Horsburgh,
Yeah.
Ranger from Canberra, 2 to 3 weeks.
I actually really like him, by the way.
Yeah.
He's so good. Finally got his starting shot and gets injured.
Sort of showing the Ranger love over here.
Solidarity, sister. Hudson Young, unfortunately, for a lot of guys, had him as a bit of a cash cow. Going to be suspended for about 6 weeks, so
He was making money.
get him out.
Damn it, Young.
I'll hold him because he'll probably come back and still make money. But
Yeah.
I actually really like him as a player. I think he's very, very good. Alright, so that's was that the injury report? That was
That's it.
very short.
That's
it.
Okay.
not so many.
We got the Q&A. So firstly, a special mention. I love this. It's the guy from Complete Fitness Coaching. He messages us a few times a week, letting us know how he goes on Instagram. But Red, you'll love this. I don't know if you heard about this, but he watched our show last week while his wife was giving birth.
Oh, no, I saw
Yeah,
this.
Yeah, so
So we have a guru baby.
we have a guru baby.
There's a guru baby out there. Oh, that's fantastic.
And they obviously named it Alex because of how well I'm doing.
Are you sure?
4th in the guru.
Maybe they named it Goose.
130th overall. No big deal.
Apparently it is. You keep mentioning it.
Oh,
Are
yeah.
you even first in the league? Then shut up.
Not first, you're
We'll
last.
find out later when we do the league standings.
Like that segue.
I already spoiled it.
Oh.
Alright, now, an actual question for Q&A. Lots of people asking about this. What do you do about Origin plays this week? So obviously we had a bye round last week. We got Origin tomorrow night, or tonight, depending on whether I release this video tonight or tomorrow or whatever. But what to do with your Origin players?
It's always hard because obviously you don't know how they're going to get through the Origin. You don't know how many minutes they're going to play. Like you got to expect someone like Damien Cook should play 80 minutes in the middle, versus someone say Cameron Murray should probably get 20-30 minutes off the bench.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a luck of the draw as well. If you got Roosters or say Dragons players, they don't play to Sunday, Monday, a lot more time to recover, prepare. But then it's also a benefit having the Friday guys like your Cameron Murrays and your Pongers because
Late mail.
Late
Easily
mail.
change them out.
if you do want to trade them out for some reason, they are literally the first game of the week. So
Yeah, that's definitely the approach that I'm taking with it. So I already got rid of Cameron Murray, but for Damien Cook, Kalen Ponga, I'm going to be right in front of the TV, on the phone, making sure that that last hour before the game hits, what the teams are, and making sure I adjust accordingly.
Yeah.
Because if I can, Cookie will be captain if he plays well and if he gets through it.
We'll talk about more of that later. But
Oh,
yeah,
really?
That's a shock. Yeah, I think just late mail is the most important thing this week, and just keep an eye on everything. I love that Souths are playing first because Cook and Murray are my biggest ones, but you got guys like Haas and all those bench players. They only play 20-30 minutes. You should assume they should be right to play on the weekend.
you'd hope so anyway. Barring any injuries, obviously, if they pick up a niggle and you're a team like, I don't know, the Rabbitohs or the Roosters, Storm or something, you're up top of the table, you don't need to risk someone.
I think maybe just keep a trade spare. This is what I'm doing. I'm just doing the one trade per week. Maybe just keep a trade spare just in case. If you can't fill your whole team, you got that trade ready to go. And
I think as well,
that can play.
don't be too concerned if you see like the little purple dot next to you guys, because you said the Dragons and the Roosters, actually they've done the reverse and they've put a lot of their Origin players on the extended bench. They most likely will play, but it's just getting that bit later. So maybe don't be too concerned. Make sure you got a backup in the interchange or emergency somewhere for them, but don't be too concerned. I imagine most of them who play the late the late couple of games, they've had a big enough break in order to get from Origin to the Sunday game that they should be fine to play.
There's even a Monday this week.
There's one again.
Queen's birthday.
Dragons, doggies.
Exciting.
Well, that's a Q&A, so we just had the one question this week. Q&A, because we've got so many new segments now.
Everybody's favourite. Can I take that from Wall Street?
Oh,
Take it.
wow.
You know what time it is, Red? Go
Yeah,
on.
right.
Head to head.
Love it.
I had no involvement.
You're not allowed to be involved.
Alright guys, we have some big ones, some future ones. This is one we've had 4 or 5 people ask us about this week. And really, it's probably the
this one.
top 2 players for round 16. Cameron Smith or McInnes. Where you going? Where's your head at?
Well, taking by round out of head-to-head, guys, this is just a matchup of 2 absolute fantasy guns. McInnes's huge score of 98 2 weeks ago has made his break-even pretty relatively low for a guy that's that expensive this week. McInnes really gets down and dirty in that defensive work, and you're guaranteed, I think, 50 points a game just from tackles alone. I still like Smith goal kicking forward. How much points he gets, but I'm gonna go with McInnes just based on I think Smith getting older. They've played him a few times, smaller minutes.
Made that quick, well done.
Yeah, thanks for that, mate. That was real quick.
So
I'm very torn, but I think the point of a goal kicking forward, and I'm going to go Cam Smith, obviously, I'm not super biased, but Melbourne won't lose the players that we lost last time. So we haven't lost our spine like we normally do. And I think Cameron, this is his time, and he knows that this is our chance to get back and take that number 1 spot. You know, we've barely lost anyone, so what, Kafusi and Munster and Adokar, Will Chambers, so 4. Normally we lose about 6 or 7.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. So our fullback's going to be there, our 7's going to be there, and our 9's going to be there. So I think Cam will still play big minutes. I think Melbourne's going to finally use the chance to get back and be number 1. So I think Cam, just because I think we're going to score a lot of points against depleted teams.
So, Mitch, decider.
Oh.
You've got to go captain Cam. He's just been a fantasy must. So.
Speaking call.
There you go.
This one has a lot of round 16 relevance. Thank you, Mitchell C-Team. Killer name, by the way. Ryan Madison versus 12.
I'm going to go with 12. I'm going to make this quick now because you
Yeah, well,
pressure.
right.
I'm going to go with 12 because firstly I already have him.
Take your time,
And
mate. Slow
Madison,
down.
he's in the Origin camp, so I don't really...
He's 18th man, so he's a chance to get that call up at some point.
There's a certain, I don't know, I'm not naming names just like every other news outlet, but there's a certain chance there might be a position opening up on that New South Wales side. So being 18th man, not mentioning names.
It's not.
No. Moving on. I'm going with 12.
Can I pick neither?
You can do whatever you want,
I
really.
don't want either.
No one either.
No, I don't want either. I think there's too many really good forwards out there. Neither. Ryan Madison's not cutting mustard these days, and Alex Twal, he was good in like between rounds 4 to 9.
He has dropped off a little bit.
He's just dropped off, and like I said, Madison's 18th man, and like it's not that he's 18th man because he'll come back and he'll play anyway, like every other 18th man ever does. But I just don't think that either of them are great options at the moment. I think that there's much better
for
forwards.
round 16.
Even for round 16, so you got like Andrew Fafita, who's a much better option as a front row forward. Takiaho, there's 2, you only need 2.
But they're also both second rowers.
Second rows, well, shit, where do you even go with that?
12 DPP.
Yeah, 12 DPP.
Yeah, you're putting the burner on it.
Putting the burner on me, I like it. No, but then like, okay, so the Warriors, so as Alex said, Papali'i, very, very good player. Tohu Harris.
Tohu actually looked at him before, he's quite impressive.
Yeah, look, there's a lot of players out there who are just quite good, and I don't think that you need to restrict yourself to those 2. No offense. I don't think they're the best in either position.
I disagree.
And I think head-to-head should
I
be about the best.
strongly disagree.
Good.
I will have both.
Good.
I'll take 12.
Take 12.
I already have 12, so I'll keep him. Alright, Gravesy wants to know,
Crazy.
who's better,
Instagram legend.
Bateman or Nakora? As a DPP, second row centre. I have both.
If you don't have both,
We all have
you're lost.
in the centres.
Alright, hypothetical, gun to your head, gotta pick one.
John Bateman. Because I want to go to John Bateman's Bay one day.
I'll come with you, but that's who I'm picking.
Bateman.
Copy it.
Bateman.
Bateman.
No, he's just
They
so,
have both.
He's so lovable.
He is
Yeah.
lovable.
And the other one plays for the Sharks, and I hate them. So, John Bateman.
Love you, Batey. You're back.
Welcome back, mate.
Alright, last one, boys. From Alistair. Cleary or Reynolds?
Ooh.
Which Reynolds? Just for clarification, obviously.
Josh, obviously.
Old
Of
pig
course,
like himself. Well, at this point in time,
I guess this is going forward because this doesn't have that round 16 relevance. So long term, who are you thinking? Who are you liking?
Nathan Cleary.
Cleary?
I think Origin is going to make him even better. I think Reynolds might have actually a little bit of a drop off after that missing out.
You know what? It's funny because like in the NRL, you people discount teams making the final 8 so early, but it is so log jammed down there.
It is.
Panthers still have a chance, and
It's like
you know,
7th
with all the
to
pressure they're under.
11th or something. It's like one win between it. So.
So Penrith, you know, everyone's writing them off, but they're going to have to play hard to get there, and I think Cleary's the man to push them.
Boys, what if
And
I
he
throw a
wants to win.
spinner in the works?
Ooh, yeah.
We take Reynolds out,
Okay.
Okay.
put DC in.
Ooh, well,
This is long term. So this is the guy you want after, say, round 17 going forward. You could pick between Cleary or DCE. Who are you going?
DC is the number 1 7 in the game at the moment. I don't think there's any other option outside of DC. When he was playing and he was healthy, so he like had one that injury game, and he was still scoring well when he got injured. Like there was no better player in the NRL, I think, at that time. Like we can all talk about the Dalian boats and all that sort of stuff, but he was the number 1. He earned his spot. In the
Pre-season in some videos I had mentioned Fafita and DCE as the must-haves, and they both lived up to the name and they both killed it. DCE was the number 1 half before he went down. Number 1 actually NRL fantasy player before he went down. So yeah, DCE all the way. If you're throwing that spanner in.
And one of the best supporting halves I've seen in a long time too. Like a lot of them will do those runs, but he was always there. Didn't matter who it was, he was running off him. He was doing the fullbacks and the halves job.
He did it all without Tommy. You know,
No, he had
the
2
fact,
games
the,
with
the
Tommy.
fact that he can like still put up those numbers without Tommy.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Fantastic.
I took that off on a tangent.
No, but I like it. I like
And
it.
guys, that is head to head for the week.
Cool.
You don't want to do that
Cool.
thing again?
Alright,
Alright,
cool.
And 2.
Practice makes perfect. Alright, so that's head to head.
Nailed it.
We'll go with another segment from last week. Start 'em or ship 'em. I named it, so I just love it, and I thought it's worth mentioning.
Didn't realise this was coming back.
Well, firstly, I just want
We
to
shipped
say,
it.
that was good. Lachlan Scott asked Cook or Tamalolo as captain this week, so I'll quickly just ask that. Before mentioning any other captain options you think might be out there.
Well, I don't have Cook, so Tamalolo.
Well, I have both, and Tamalolo has the highest average over the last 3 games. And it's hard to look past that, but how many players get 100 points and then do really well again? Not that many. Cookie coming off Origin, I think if he plays and there's no hooker on the bench, Mr. Cook is the man, or Captain Cook if you'd like to have a start or ship him.
Themed captain.
Yeah, but it depends on how he pulls up. If he doesn't pull up that great or they have another hooker on the bench, like say Billy Britton sits there, not Cook. It'd definitely be Tamalolo.
Yeah, I like Tamalolo to back it up, especially if he's playing 80 minutes. I know they had a lot of injuries happen, which probably helped his, him stay on the field on the weekend. But if he's an 80-minute player, he's the captain every week for me. But other than that, I like McInnes this week to back up his monster performance around 11.
Alright. So you pick McInnes as your captain.
He is my captain as of speaking, McInnes.
Oh.
But, that could change. You know, when you have 6 hookers on your team, you should probably make one of them captain.
You can't even have 6 hookers play. You can have 5.
I'm
at
trading out rates, so
maximum.
I'll have 5. I'll have 5 hookers.
At maximum 5.
I do.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm balls to wall guy.
That's a bold strategy, Carton. Let's see if it pays off.
I'll throw that gift down there.
I'm at a B.
Loves the single fin. And I better wrap it up then. We'll quickly go with the league standings. You know, I'm just going to mention him first because he's constant now. But Quaz WSX still at the top. Overall score of 10,861, number one in the NRL Fantasy Guru League. He's now 132 points in the lead up there to second place.
That's a nice little buffer.
There's a handy little buffer.
A bit ahead of number four, whoever number four is in the league.
It's not worth mentioning really then, is it?
If you're not first, you're last.
Now, I love this name. The league leader, Ricky Bobby. Sorry, I'm focused on my points here, on my scribbles. I love this name. Round 12, NRL Fantasy Guru League leader, winner for that round. Mel Meninga's eyebrows is his name. 838 points. So well done to you.
We're doing the eyebrow thing together. I like that. Where's your eyebrows? Show us your eyebrows.
It's horrible.
They're there.
There they are. They're painted on.
And as always, Mitch, what can they do just to wrap up everything?
Like, subscribe, comment, keep it coming, guys. We love it. Any head-to-heads you guys think about, send them through.
Send through the head-to-heads. That was really good getting a bunch of those.
Yeah, no, we got heaps.
Made our job way easier.
Yeah, the less work we have to do, the better.
Yeah, we literally had to go through and pick, so that was good.
Yeah.
Thank you to Gage Roads Brewing for this beautiful brew.
Oh, good lord.
Cheap plug. You're welcome.
Go for the plugs. Go for the plugs.
And well, guess we'll see you next time.
Yeah, thanks. Cheers.
Alright, I'll just, thank you.
This is like head to head.
Subscribe.